Before we dive into today's big-time updates from Ashburn, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to Commanders HQ, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment in this historic season for Washington. We've got Debo Samuel getting major recognition from the national media, and a rookie wideout that might be the next big thing. Let's go! The Commanders made noise this offseason. Real noise. And no move got the football world talking more than Adam Peters, sending a 5th-round pick to San Francisco to land none other than Debo Samuel. That's right! Washington acquired one of the most unique offensive weapons in the NFL for what many are now calling a steal. But get this, according to CBS Sports' Jared Dubin, the 49ers didn't just lose a good player, they lost their biggest piece of the offseason. In Dubin's own words, Samuel was a huge part of the offense as a receiver, runner, and gadget player, and the 49ers don't have anyone else who can do everything that he can do. Think about that. For years, Debo was the engine of Kyle Shanahan's offense, lining up out wide, in the slot, in the backfield, and giving defenses nightmares. And now, he's in burgundy and gold, ready to terrorize opposing defenses with Jayden Daniels and Cliff Kingsbury pulling the strings. Yes, there are skeptics. Debo battled through a brutal string of injuries in 2024. Calf, wrist, oblique, ribs, even pneumonia that landed him briefly in the hospital. But here's the thing. When healthy, this guy is a game changer. Just ask defensive coordinators around the league. In 2021, he was an all-pro with over 1,400 receiving yards, nearly 400 rushing yards, and 14 total touchdowns. That's not production. You just replace. That's elite league-altering talent. And now he's paired with a creative offensive mind in Kingsbury and a dynamic young QB in Daniels who thrives on improvisation and timing. This is the kind of offensive trio, Daniels, Samuel, Dotson, that can break games wide open. And if Laramie Tunsil and that rebuilt O-line give Jayden time, watch out. Let's be honest, if Debo even returns to 85% of his all-pro form, this move could be one of the greatest trades in franchise history. Why? The cost was minimal, just a 5th-round pick. He immediately elevates the offense's identity, and he brings attitude. That dog mentality that head coach Dan Quinn is preaching all across this locker room. Debo has always played with an edge, and from what we're hearing out of minicamp, he's already stepping into a leadership role. Veteran safety Jeremy. Chin even said last week, "You feel Debo's energy at every practice." He doesn't shut up, and that's a good thing. He gets guys going. While Debo might be grabbing headlines nationally, there's another wide receiver turning heads in Ashburn. Rookie Jaylen Lane. A 4th-round pick out of Virginia Tech Lane. Came into the NFL with a chip on his shoulder after falling farther than most analysts expected. And so far, he's playing like a man on a mission. According to wide receivers coach Bobby Engram, Jaylen's a coach's son. He plays smart, works hard, and brings real juice. My job is to unlock his full potential, and he's hungry to get there. Lane is electric, fast, confident, and he's already catching the attention of veterans during team drills. If Debo is your power package, Lane might be the nitrous boost. Let's paint the picture. Imagine this. It's 2nd and 5. Daniels lines up with Debo wide left, Terry McLaurin, or Jahan Dotson on the other side. Jaylen Lane motioning into the slot. And suddenly the defense has no idea what's coming. Is it a jet sweep, a screen, a deep shot, a RPO? This is what Cliff Kingsbury envisioned when he joined Washington. Mismatch football, speed, creativity, explosiveness. And don't forget, Lane could become a major weapon in the return game as well. His college tape is littered with highlight reel moments in special teams. If he wins the kick return duties in camp, he'll be on the field from day one. This isn't happening by accident. Adam Peters has built this roster with a very clear identity in mind: speed, versatility, and football IQ. He saw value in Debo Samuel when the rest of the league hesitated. He pounced on Jaylen Lane when 127 other picks were off the board. And now, these two receivers, one proven, one ascending, might become two of the most important pieces in Washington's new look offense. And let's be real, when you've got a rookie quarterback like Jayden Daniels, what's the best thing you can do? Surround him with guys who can create after the catch and take the pressure off. That's what Debo and Lane bring. Let's not sugarcoat it. The expectations are sky high now. Commanders fans have been through enough false dawns. But this offseason feels different. Real culture change, real roster depth, real leadership. And the combo of Debo Samuel's arrival and Jaylen Lane's rise could be the secret sauce that turns this team from hopeful to dangerous. Debo was called the 49ers' biggest offseason loss. If he stays healthy and clicks with Daniels, San Francisco might be watching our playoff games in January. The news hit hard Tuesday morning. Terry McLaurin, the heart and soul of the Washington Commanders offense, was a no-show at mandatory minicamp. It's official. The star wide receiver is holding out. With 1 year left on his current deal, McLaurin is betting on himself and sending a clear message to GM Adam Peters. He wants a new contract now. And honestly, can you blame him? The 28-year-old has been nothing short of elite for Washington since entering the league in 2019. 3 1,000-yard seasons, multiple quarterbacks, zero drama until now. Head coach Dan Quinn didn't flinch when asked about the situation. Sometimes football and business intersect, he said. This is one of those times. Terry is a fantastic teammate. Translation? The team understands his value, but they're not ready to cave. Terry's not the first commander to test the front office. Let's take a quick trip through history. In 1980, John Riggins famously held out and missed the entire season over a salary dispute. It ended in arbitration and a loss for Riggins. No back pay, no raise. Just hard feelings. Fast forward to 1985. After leading the team to a Super Bowl, Riggins held out again, and this time won. He earned $875K, a big bump at the time. Then came the 1991 Super Bowl aftermath. A who's who of Washington greats held out. Mark Rypien held out 23 days. Result? 3 years, $9 million. Jim Lachey, Darrell Green, and Desmond Howard also staged brief holdouts. Each ended in compromise contracts. The message? In Washington, holdouts have worked. Sometimes. But more often than not, the team digs in, and the player ends up taking a slightly better deal, not a bank-breaking one. So why is this particular holdout so tricky? For starters, McLaurin turns 30 this September. That's a magic number for front offices, especially for wide receivers. Even if you're still elite, the decline curve becomes a real concern. For a GM like Adam Peters, who comes from the 49ers, system known for dragging out contract talks, this is a chess match. Here's the reality. McLaurin is due around $22.7 million this season. He wants a multi-year extension, something closer to 3 years. $75 million if we're reading the market right. But with Jayden Daniels under center, a revamped receiver room featuring Debo Samuel and rookies like Jaylen Lane, and a long-term plan finally taking shape. Do the Commanders commit big money to a soon-to-be 30-year-old wideout? Peters may be willing to pay, but not now. Not before training camp. And maybe not without guarantees about McLaurin's long-term health and production. Let's not forget, Peters is playing this by the book he studied in San Francisco. The 49ers have a clear playbook. Let players hold out if they must. Drag out negotiations until training camp. Sign the deal late, sometimes just before week 1. We've seen it work with George Kittle, Nick Bosa, and Debo Samuel. So, don't expect panic. In Ashburn, if McLaurin isn't signed by the end of minicamp Wednesday, all signs point to a quiet standoff until late July. Both sides save face, and negotiations quietly resume under the radar. Peters has been preparing for this. There's a reason the team drafted Luke McCaffrey and Jaylen Lane. There's a reason they traded for Debo. It's not about replacing Terry, but it is about building leverage. Now, let's talk football. With McLaurin on the field, Jaden Daniels gets a veteran safety blanket, a route technician, a leader. Without him, the pressure falls on Debo Samuel and a bunch of unproven guys. Sure, Kingsbury can scheme around it. Lane has speed, McCaffrey has pedigree. Debo's a Swiss Army knife, but none of them bring McLaurin's consistency. And let's not forget, chemistry matters. Daniels and McLaurin were already working out together. If he misses camp, it could delay the offense's development early in the season. That said, don't expect Washington to break the bank. This isn't desperation mode. What do you think, Commanders fans? Will Debo return to all-pro form in 2025? Is Jaylen Lane the sleeper? Rookie who could break out early? Which offensive weapon are you most excited about this season? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and keep riding with us all season long here at Commanders HQ, where we bring you the real stories from inside the burgundy and gold. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and HTTC.